We're back from India.
I can't believe we had to squeeze it all into 2 episodes. I mean, the last one was like 7 minutes long, and we left out a lot of stuff, which we're gonna fill in today. And we've got a few tips on surviving your first Mendi, keeping cool, and getting around Mumbai. So what was the more memorable part of this trip for you?
I've always wanted to film an Indian wedding, knowing that it's very colorful, people showing love, people who are very emotional during the wedding. So it was really fun to capture all these moments and to capture all the tradition and the color.
What are some other things that people should look out for if they get the chance to go to an Indian wedding?
Well, definitely you should pay attention to what you wear. I was in a situation that everybody was dressed in this traditional clothing, and then I didn't know what to wear. I was advised not to wear shorts at least, and do wear something colorful, but otherwise, even if you don't have the traditional clothing, you can just wear something colorful and you'll be fine.
Right, yeah. I mean, and one thing that we didn't get a chance to show you guys was the spread at the Mendi. I think there must have been at least 24 different items. And the thing about Indian food is, it's like you have your starch, which is rice or a piece of bread of varying thickness or freshness. And then you have kind of a paste that goes with it. So it could be meat or vegetable. Is it sweet and delicious?
So delicious.
Coconut.
Yeah, lots of
Coconut
flavor.
goodness.
Very subtle as well. Yeah.
And it's all cooked together very thoroughly, so you know it's safe. Because unfortunately, when it comes to raw fruits or vegetables or drinking tap water, it's not something you can do everywhere in India yet. But yeah, the food was amazing, but my favorite has to be kulfi. If you don't already know what kulfi is, you got it. It's basically frozen milk and cream. It's Indian and it's super, super delicious. Now that I can smoke. Kulfi is evaporated milk. Evaporated to a point where it's the densest thing I've ever had, especially when it's frozen. But it's amazing because it's so hot in India.
Yeah.
Like frozen evaporated milk is amazing. So is the Indian food in India better than the Indian food outside of India?
Yeah, I would say that the food in India is definitely different because they have so much more options. Like for rice, for example, you have a lot more combination of the spices in the rice. So I really enjoy it, and they really go well with different sauces, different curries.
Okay, let's talk about transport. So, as we mentioned in episode 1, in Goa, you're kind of a slave to the taxi union. You can rent your own mopeds. There are other ways to get around, but if you're going to be driving around yourself, it can be quite difficult. And if you're riding around in a moped, especially without a helmet, you will be ticketed. In Mumbai, we didn't get a chance to get a tuk-tuk because, frankly, we needed to get around. The problem with the little tuk-tuks, although adorable, is that you can't actually get into the city center of Mumbai anymore, like Fort District. They're only allowed in the outer areas. And they tend to have a pretty low top speed, so after you kind of meander out of that jam, you're gonna be kind of puttering along. So I mean, if you need to get anywhere in a quick way, get up early, get that Uber.
I also just really enjoy walking around the city center of Mumbai because you do get to see a lot of the colonial style architecture. And then you walk around these buildings and then you can see just people hanging around on the street. They were just having street food.
Oh, Mumbai is very lively. I mean, it's the economic center of India. And they're Hollywood. Bollywood is located there, so there's a ton of money, finance. They've got it all. It's quite the hub.
Our tips from India: wear color to a Mendi, go big and go local on food, but be mindful of the raw and water. And finally, leave plenty of time for traffic.
I'm heading to Bangkok next, but I don't know with who yet. Still. No, never again. See you then.